הוא רק בן 19, אבל לשף הצעיר איתן ברנט יש כבר מיליוני עוקבים ברשתות החברתיות. מגזין העסקים של פורבס דירג אותו ברשימת 30 הצעירים המשפיעים בעולם האוכל והקולינריה האמריקאי. אפילו דרו ברימור, השחקנית, העניקה לו פינת בישול יומית בתוכנית שלה. בואו נראה קטע.
Let's make my chocolate tahini cake with halva crumble from Eitan Eats the World. Flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, salt, butter, cut in your butter, tahini, vanilla, halva, sift or dry, eggs, tahini, milk, oil, vanilla, sour cream, whisk in hot water, wet into dry, whisk into a prepared spring form, and bake number 1. Halfway through, top with the crumble. Voila! Drizzle with chocolate, sesame seeds, and look at that. That is rich, nutty, decadent, and delicious. You can find the recipe in my cookbook, Eitan Eats the World, available now everywhere books are sold and on EitanEatsTheWorld.com.
I want to taste that cake. Eitan Bernath, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning, or should I say good afternoon? Thank you for having me.
So, Eitan, you started cooking really early when you were only 12. Tell us why you were drawn to the kitchen.
Well, I've always loved eating, so when I was much younger, it definitely started because, I craved all these foods, and then I would ask my mom, can you make this? And she's like, I don't know how to make that. And she's like, why don't you try? And so I got in the kitchen and I started cooking, and I not only fell in love with the cooking, but I also just really loved that, I could eat what I cooked.
Wow, and at what point did you understand you're becoming a hit?
Yeah, I think for me, I competed on Chopped on the Food Network when I was 12, and that kind of started, to help me get a following, and then I was creating content online, cooking videos, recipes, photos, and, I really just felt like this was like my calling in my life.
Wow, amazing. And now, not only you're on TikTok and Instagram, you also got a segment on the Drew Barrymore show. That's amazing.
Yes, Drew is amazing. I did one segment with Drew, and then our teams were working together, and it's really amazing as the principal content contributor, and she's just so much fun. She's so excited about food. Again, that's us on screen, and she just shares my love of food, and it's just such an incredible opportunity to work with someone as legendary entertainment as Drew. Oh, there's me and Drew. She's just incredible.
Wow, and you're also Jewish and you're living in the States. Have you ever been to Israel?
Yes, I've been to Israel 2 times. I actually, during COVID, I tried to go, so I have a lot of LL credits that I need to use up, so I will hopefully be back soon. Last year I was in Tel Aviv with my friend Adina Sussman, who's also an incredible chef from Israel, and I went around the Shuk Carmel. It's just, I recently tried to cook kanafa last time I was there, and it was life-changing.
So I have to ask you, what do you think about the Israeli cuisine?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I feel like Israel, is such a pivotal part of the world's, food. Israel's, a melting pot of all different Jews from around the world. All our cuisines kind of come together, and you can basically find a little bit of everything in Israel.
Yeah, and I have to say, I was picking on your Instagram account, and you cook a lot of Jewish, original food, like knei dalach soup and stuff like that. Yeah,
in the book, actually, Eitan Eats the World, one of my favorite recipes is my grandma's chicken soup with my dad's matzo balls. It is my ultimate comfort food.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's see another segment of the things that you do. Let's have a look.
Let's make my dad's famous matzo balls from Eitan Eats the World, the best book in the world. One-handed egg crack action. You're supposed to say it too. One egg crack action.
Whisk it up.
Secret for excellent matzo balls, chicken fat schmaltz into the egg.
Secret number 2, Seltzer.
Matzo meal.
I have to ask you, Ethan, us in Israel, we know knei dalach soup. Obviously, we're having that during the holidays, but people who are not Jewish, I'm not sure they can handle knei dalach.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot on the stomach. It's very dense. That's why us Jews have a lot of gastro problems, probably.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Jewish community loves the fact that you're making their life easier with the kosher recipes.
Oh yes, every recipe in Eitan Eats the World is kosher, and I think what I've heard from a lot of kosher cooks that have been cooking for Tonight's the World is, it doesn't feel like your typical kosher cookbook. The recipes are really meant to push people out of their comfort zone and get people excited to cook in the kitchen. And that at the end of the day is really wonderful.
So how is the experience writing a cooking book, especially now with social media? Is it really necessary? I mean, you have TikTok, you have Instagram, Twitter. In 2022, people are still publishing cookbooks.
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously everything I do is digital. I can't really touch it. It's like on a screen, it's just a bunch of pixels. But I think what's great about a book is, it's a sense of authority. It's published by Clarkson Potter. You know that the recipes in here are reliable. There's no work. Every recipe was tested by 4 outside recipe testers. So there's just a sense of authority, I think, that comes with the book.
Wow, amazing. And you can also send it to all your parents, grandparents who are not on TikTok and need some cookbooks. So you were also in a commercial with Bill Gates, right?
Yes, I did a video with Bill Gates. Actually, our books came out on the same day. So Bill and I filmed video together to promote both of our books. And I cooked him a bunch of Indian food. And it was just an incredible experience to, be able to talk to someone so influential and also be able to, do a little book exchange.
Amazing. Indian is my favorite, What?
Oh, amazing. Same.
Yeah, 100%. We don't have enough good Indian restaurants in Israel, I must say. So I have to ask you, in this time and age, you're dealing with food. Do you think that young people are more, obsessed about how the food tastes or how the food looks on their Instagram?
I think a lot of people, it's how it looks, but I think food that looks good usually tastes good. I think people love if it's just for Instagram. I think it can be good for Instagram and good to eat, and that's really what I try to do.
Yeah, you need to make everything beautiful, right? For social media.
Oh, 100%.
So what are your plans for the future? Maybe opening a restaurant one day?
Good question. So I just wrapped my book tour and I took a big nap after that. It was very exhausting. This summer I'm hoping to do some relaxing. I have a few vacations planned. And I think for me right now, I've been working on the book for a while. I'm trying to just, focus on my videos, really be as good at making videos as possible, try new things, explore more areas of food, and really just have fun in the kitchen and have fun with my audience.
Wow, amazing. And I hope you will open a restaurant in Israel one day. One of your peak moments, one day, hopefully. One of your peak moments was the Hanukkah event in the White House. Let's have a look.
And just like that, my 2 days at the White House come to an end. I am speechless. I'm about to go cry. I met both the president and the vice president, shook their hand. Wow, I am so unbelievably grateful. Thank you for all your support that makes this possible. I feel so blessed right now. Overwhelmed, blessed, and wow, thank you. Love you guys.
Wow, that's amazing. How did you feel?
Yeah, that was probably the coolest night of my life. So Jill Biden, the first lady, invited me to a celebration, and just being in the White House, wearing my Jewish star proudly on my neck. And I think for me in the U.S., anti-Semitism was up by 43%. The Anti-Defamation League reported last year, and so to round off that year in the White House, arguably the most powerful building in the world, with oh, my cat's joining. That's my cat party.
So cute.
So it was really just, a very powerful moment to be proudly Jewish and, to be able to be loud and proud in the White House celebrating this holiday I grew up celebrating is really meaningful.
Wow. Eitan, Brunette, thank you so much for this interview. You're such an inspiration. Thank you and best of luck. B'atzlacha with everything. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.